along with let me start the recording from the Teams. So let me officially start this event. So hi everyone. Thank you so much everyone for joining today's Power BI Philippines and Delhi user groups monthly meetup. It's the seventh meetup of this year, and every month at the end of the month we are having this monthly Power BI meetup. So today's meetup is all about one of the new feature that has been rolled out few months back by Microsoft, which is managed parameter, which is very exciting, and many we have seen many use cases on the internet as well that people are utilizing this feature in many manner. So to present today's session with us, we have our speaker today, Mr. Rajendra Ongole. He is from Chennai, and he is working as a BI specialist at Bosch, and he's Microsoft certified trainer. Also, he is speaking into multiple events. He's blogger, and he is mostly as a in a domain of BI. So I would like to welcome Rajendra to present this session with us, and thank you so much everyone for joining once again. And Rajendra, the stage is yours. You can share your
Thank you,
screen and
Dhruvin.
go ahead.
Thank you, Dhruvin. Thank you, Ranjan. Let me know once you are able to see my screen. So
We
thanks for
can
the
see.
intro. Thanks for the nice intro, Dhruvin. I hope you are able to hear me.
Yes, we are able to hear you.
Yeah, so you already explained about me, so I don't want to re-explain one more time.
Yeah,
So
నీకే
I
నువ్వు
just
కూడా
want to give
వెళ్ళొచ్చు
you a brief overview.
ఆపేస్తాను.
Can you please mute?
Yeah. I'm just. I request everyone to be on mute, please, so we don't have any
Yeah.
disturbance. All right.
Yeah, already Dhruvin explained. So I'm Rajendra. So I'm a BS specialist and working for the Rabat Bosch deployed to the Microsoft organization. Totally, I have 11 years of experience working with these tools like backend integrations, SSIS, SSRS. And past 7.5 years, I completely working on the Power BI and the Power BI platforms as well. I'm a Power BI trainer where I can try to train some of the institutes as well as the organizations. And along with that, I will be active in the community part as well. And if you want to get in connect with me, so these are my handles like a LinkedIn, and I have a blogger as well. I have started a small YouTube channel, so I have a plan to make it as a bigger. And along with that, I'm a community member also. You can try to, as per the development part, or else maybe if you have any general questions, we can connect it there. So today's topic as a part of the agenda, let me make it as a presentation mode. So field parameters in Power BI. So this is the latest feature and the powerful feature in Microsoft, so which has been rolled out on May 2022. So the main important activities by using this parameter is previously before this particular feature not implemented, we have used a lot of bookmarking as well as many things where we can try to use the bookmarking as well as some kind of a page navigations to work out this dynamic changing of the either in the column level or else in the visualization level. We can try to work more on the bookmarking as well as the selections pane. After rolling of this process, the field parameters, so most of the things like a button click activities we can try to apply and we can try to perform these activities. So where as per the point of developing part, it is easy for us, and the end user prospect we can try to represent the ways in the x-axis dynamically. We can try to change it as per the selection criteria. So these field parameters, we can try to perform that activities dynamically changing the X or else the category slicing base in the dimensional level categories, the textual data, as well as we can try to project in the number part as well. Measures also we can try to project it. So let me complete few information about these field parameters, and then I will walk you through the demo as well, how it is going to work, how we can try to toggle or else how we are going to project as a slicer kind of a visuals and all. So as I said, it is a new feature. So we have to enable this new feature from the files and then options and settings. Options, as I said, it is a preview feature. So we have to enable from the preview pane, their field parameters is there. So please try to turn it on. So if you want to make use of this dynamic visual representation or else a column level projections, we have to turn the new parameters, field parameters were the newly implemented. then only the option should be visible in the Power BI desktop application level. Let me show you, let me walk you through there as well. So, but the prerequisite is we have to, I mean, if you want to perform this activity, we have to enable that option from the preview feature. So where do you find that one? Once we have turned that option from the preview features, where we can try to find it out. So in the model view, we can try to find it out in the new parameters. Previously, we are able to see something like a ranges. Maybe if you are using older versions, we can have to see older, I mean, if you are using the older Power BI application, it should be available with only one option, that is in numericals. Now they have added, as per the latest versions on the, I mean, May 2022 onwards, there is one more option, that is fields. Fields has been added to that. So then if you can observe, once we can try to select that fields option, we will get a pop-up window, a dialog box, where we can try to set it out parameters, where maybe we can try to give some proper names to that parameters I have just projected. And whatever the categories, so they have taken the some of the categories like a product segment, maybe the discount band is also categorical data and country. So I just projected dynamically to change the visual representation based on those four categories. Okay, so we can try to reorder it. So it is not like a static one. We can try to, maybe if you want after the hierarchical part, after product, maybe I want to project the country means I can try to add it. Along with that, we can try to shuffle the order as well as per the selections criteria. So once automatically see here at the down, you're able to see something like add slicer to this page. So once we can try to add that as a representation, we will get a slicer chart in our Power BI desktop application in the report view. So from there, we can try to navigate as per the visual dynamically. We can try to change it and we can make use of dynamically. Let me show you quickly a quick representation. See here, I have already created some of the parameters based on some categories, like as I said, to district, items, and store. Suppose if we can try to select, I want to visualize the data based on the district, it should be available in this way. And the based on the items category, these are the categories which are related to the items. Maybe if I can try to select some particular field, like a bias is one of the category based on the total sales if I want to observe in the sense, I can try to visualize bias for this. Dynamically, we can try to represent. So as I said previously, to do this kind of an dynamic changing the values as well as the columns, there are a lot of work like a bookmark creation, or else maybe we can try to add the different pages. But after implementing this field parameter concept, we can dynamically, with the help of a button click activities itself, we can achieve the real, I mean, as per the business requirement and all from the customers. So here, if you can observe, the item is one of the table where I can try to dynamically change to some other category, and I can try to apply in the matrix visualization, the category wise total sales, I can try to observe it. And maybe the segment part, I can try to visualize the info. So along with that stores, I have taken one more table entity. So based on the name wise, I can try to observe. So I have considered as an hierarchical prospect, right? So that's why I just projected in the left hand side, the slices, and the right hand side with some visualization smart. So as I said, this new feature, field parameters, is we cannot only work on the dynamical on the dimensional category part, we can also utilize this particular category and the number as well. So let me show you here. So here I have created the parameters related to the metrics, some of the important metrics like total sales for the last year, total units, and the gross margin for this year and the last year. So if you want to represent dynamically, the values will be get changed, the numerical data, you can just try to select it. So it will work, the dynamic parameters, the field parameter activity, we can try to perform on dimensional category as well as the metric as well. The important metrics like total sales, total last year, and importance. So see here, it will be get changed, right? So maybe I have created two slices, one with the categorical data and the another with the numerical stuff. Maybe I want to visualize both at a time. So it will work accordingly. So see, I can try to project based on the district wise. I can try to see the statistics, or else based on the category bias, I can try to observe the gross margin for the last year, or else maybe if you want to analyze for this year, I can try to visualize in this way. So it's a new feature where it's a very powerful. So by using this, maybe you will get a questions like, if we are implementing this field parameter, is there any performance issues we are going to face it? So as of now, as per my observation, there is no performance issues using this field parameters, the new implementation. This is completely based on the column wise it is working, right? Even the time, the performance analyzer part, as per the time also it is going to take very minimal. Okay, minimal time only it is trying to consider if you are trying to implement this dynamic parameters on the fields like a categorical data or else in number part as well. So let me walk you through how to create it in a practical way. I'm taking a fresh page. See here, I have already extracted on the left hand side some of the tables that are available. So let's try to recreate quickly. As I said, to make use of this feature, go to the files, options and settings. Options, here it is. In the preview features part, we have to turn on this feature as a part of the May release. Still, it is a preview feature. Once, maybe after some days, as per the community part, as per the votes, it will be coming to a general availability to the users. So please try to turn on this one. So once you have turned on this feature, if you can go back to the modeling view, as it's a feature from the modeling part, in the new parameter, along with the numeric measures, we can try to observe a fields as well. So what will happen if we can try to choose a field button, field tab, try to select it. A dialog will be pop up. Once we have selected the fields, a dialog parameter will be pop up. So here also maybe if you can try to choose, maybe if you are interested on the numerical measures based on some slices, we can try to choose it. Or else we can try to choose the fields, right? As of now, we are going to work with the dynamic parameters on the fields part. So let's try to select the fields. I can try to rename it instead of a parameter. We can try to give a proper name to it. Maybe I will just try to choose filter by category. So some of the categories are there in my extracted tables, these tables. Let's try to select some of the fields. So maybe from the district, I will try to choose the district is one of the categorical data textual information. And the items part, as I said, some categorical data is there. Maybe I will try to choose the family name, category, and the buyer from this table. And store. We can just try to select it. We no need to enable this option. We can just try to select it here. So that's it. Automatically, it will pop up on the orders fields, add fields level. Or else maybe we can just try to drag and drop onto the area, this particular canvas. Okay. So I'm just trying to select a few more fields as per the categorical representation. Maybe territories. Just try to select it. So once you have selected the required categorical stuff on the left hand side, it should be available, those fields. Maybe after some time you no need to delete, or else we can, if you want to rearrange the order, we can just try to shuffle like this. Hold the button, control button, and then just try to hold it, place it here. Maybe after the district and the family name, I want to showcase the territory. So just try to drag and drop that particular field. So these are the categories I have chosen, and along with that, whenever you're trying to select the field parameters or else fields in the modeling part, this option add these categories as a slicer to this page. This option will be by default, it should be enabled. Maybe if you want to project it as a slicer, we can try to turn it on and we can try to project it as it is a slicer, or else we can try to disable it. If you already have some slicer, you want to drag and drop from the fields pane, we can try to drag and drop. But as of now, I'm creating in the new page, right? I will try to hold this as it is, add slices to this page. So once you have added the required fields, then I will try to create a kind of a slicer in my report view. So see here, on the page, you got with a formula editor with filter by category, the selected fields, district, family name, territory, and along with a new DAX function name called name of. Name of is the new DAX function. As per the selected column, it will try to work. Okay, name of DAX, which is I'm trying to take each and every fields right from the different tables. So district of the particular field and the index number. If you can try to observe the last one, I hope you're able to see it. The last one, it is showing as an index, the sequence number from how many categories that you have been chosen, 7 categories totally. So the index number will be get added. So along with that, so as a set, I have added that particular fields as a, as a slicer chart, right? You should be enabled. These are the slices filtered by category. These are the categories that have been added to my visual. Fine. Let's try to create one simple chart. Okay. And then I will try to utilize this particular filter by category visualization in my reporting process. Can you please mute? Can you please mute? Let's try to take. Maybe I want to visualize this category dynamically by using, I'm just taking the line and cluster to column chart. Some important metric, important number. I will try to choose this value, y-axis. And the filter, I will try to choose in my x-axis part. Filter by category. Just try to add it on your x-axis. So by default, see here, as per the hierarchical part, I'm able to showcase to my end user that is the district. So district I have been placed in the first. Maybe I have changed my mind. I want to project family name or else the territory should be my first hierarchical order. So how can we do in this? How can we change it? How can we modify the logic? It is very simple. So see here, you no need to reorder or else try to relate it. We can just try to, maybe I want to project instead of a district, I want to project the family name is my first hierarchy. So I will just try to change. This is 1 and this is index number should be 0. Validate it. You can get that is an first name. The family name should be family name. Sorry, spelling mistake. Family name should be your first level of hierarchy. So we don't need to change or else disturb the formula. We can just try to rearrange the number, the sequence number which has been generated by default. Okay, in this way. So as of now, I have selected the family name. This is the statistics. Maybe I want to see the data based on the district wise. I can try to select the dynamically the values. If you can observe the x-axis, this is based on the district wise total sales information. I can try to provide it to my business user. This is based on the territory. Let me increase the font of the x-axis as well as the slicer. Hope you are able to see. So I'm just trying to increase the font of it. Try to change to the black. So dynamically, whenever we are trying to select some slices on your left hand side, the x-axis on your visualization, it will be get changed. So that's why it's a dynamically representation of your visualization. So previously to implement this kind of a requirements, we have created a lot of bookmarkings and also we have created some measures on the top of it. So now after implementing this kind of an activity, the field parameters in the May release, it's a it has become a very simple processing part. And also we don't need to work on the bookmarking or else more into the page navigations on the DAX part. So with the help of this application and then implementation, we can try to provide it. So see here, as of now, I'm trying to project the visual based on the buyer. So sometimes the business user, so I want to get to know the which entity we have been extracted. So I have extracted from the different entities, these categories, right? These categories have been extracted from multiple tables, but I want to project these categories and along with the table information, that one also we can try to change in the formula editor, which we have been created. Let's try to select the filter by category. So here I have fetched this particular district column from the district table entity. Let's try to create a district. This is from the item, the family name I have projected from the item. Just try to name it store. store, and the last one is store again, store. So sometimes if you want to showcase on the filter set, okay, slicer part, if you want to visualize a kind of a hierarchy, I'll just try to add my after the index. I have added my table, district, I have fetched from this column from the district item, and the store information I have been get added into my formula. I just modified it. So how we are going to work, how we are going to project that particular table information. So see here, let me rename in the formula filter by category, right? It's just like a calculated table. So how we are going to create a new table by taking the reference of existing, it should be available, something like that. So you'll just try to rename it instead of the new element which I have added in the formula level. I'll just try to rename instead of a value for a kind of a category. It's a category, right? Category information I'm trying to project it. Validate. So this particular category, I will try to add it on my visualizations front. Just try to add it. So see here. So now I'm very clear from the district. I have fetched from the district column. From the items related entity, these are the fields I have fetched it. Okay, so I can just try to provide some additional information to my business user from which entity you have been pulled and from where it is getting coming up. So along with the stores, these are the three categories which have been taken from the stores table. So I can try to project it in this way also. Okay. It should be very clear to them where they can try to analyze or else they can try to observe the statistics which are coming from those which entities. Okay, fine. As of now, I have showcased based on the categorical data, the slices and all. Dynamically, the values will be get changed based on the slices which have been projected on the left hand side. So will this same concept will work on the numerical data? Yes, that's what we are conveying. So these kind of a field parameters, the dynamically changing the axis or else the categories, not only on the categorical part, dimension related stuff, it is going to work. We can try to implement the same application based on the numerical data as well. So how? Maybe some important explicit measures are there. I want to visualize those important metrics dynamically as per the selection. So how can we do? Let me take one new page. Let me rename it category. This is based on, I will try to implement it with numeric. See here, I'm going back to the model. New parameter, this time I'm going to choose again the fields, but not the categorical data. This time I'm going to choose the important metrics. Okay, this is going to work on the explicit measures only, explicit numbers. So I can try to choose the explicit numbers from these tables, which maybe some measures, important measures are there, which are have been created. I will try to add it. So maybe see here, maybe gross margin last year is important to me. This year, and along with, let me search for total sales for this year, last year. Maybe the variance I want to showcase to my business user, just try to add it, variance. So I will try to give a proper name. This is not a categorical stuff. This is completely related to the dynamically. I want to change my data as per the selection, that is the number base. Gross margin wise for this year, last year, and the total sales for this year and last year, along with the variance, the percentage of calculation also, I want to showcase to my end users. So let me rename something like numeric. Something. So I'm going to add it by default. Anyway, we are going to get it as a slicer on the by default page here in this page. Just try to add it. These are the fields I have added. So maybe if you want to reorder or else that one I have shown to you, just try to reorder. Maybe I'll just try to add the this year and last year. Let me add it. This year, last year, total sales for the last year and the variance percentage. Let's try to create it. So as I said, whenever you are trying to create, either for the categorical stuff or else for the number part, the function, okay, the new function, that X function is same name of this particular table, from which table you have been fetched, and what is the column you have been chosen. So the column and the fields has to be come along with that. The sequence number 0, 1 to the order we have been taken, the sequence number has been added to that particular calculations, dynamic numeric by. So along with that, you're able to see the same option like a slicer which has been get added to this page. Now we can try to utilize this slicer under any type of a visualization. So maybe this time I'm going to choose something like, maybe in this line, let's try to take a clustered column itself. Clustered column. Try to choose a field. This is based on the numeric, right? So dynamic numeric by is on the x-axis part. This is the category. The numbers I want to project on my x-axis. Sorry for that. Maybe I will try to choose one more parameter we have created, right? Dimensions. Let's try to take the dimension. Choose and by. So we can try to play both the creation as per the field parameters, either the dimensions which have been taken or else the numbers which are going to project. So see here, this is based on the category which I have been implemented in the previous page. No, I don't want to implement category wise. I want to showcase the x-axis based on the category. In the sense, we can try to choose it in this way. Sorry, sorry for that. Okay, see here. So visual, whatever we are going to select it on the left hand side, the total sales we are trying to project it based on the family name. Let me increase the font. Data labels, I will just try to enable it. Hope you are able to see it. So as per the selection, the total sales based on the family name by total sales, we can try to project it. So this is based on the total sales per variance percentage calculations. I can try to project it in this way. So this is completely based on the family name wise. So I have taken the category that is family name wise. So maybe I want to visualize dynamically with some other parameters. Let me take the slicer, filter by slicer chart. And also I'll just try to add the category so that I will get the more info, maybe the stores based on the territory I want to visualize. So in the stores table territory, these are the total sales for the last year. Maybe you want to choose one more category. I want to compare with the current year with the last year. I can try to compare for the territory wise. The current year, what is the value? And the last year, the total sales, what is the value? So dynamically, we can try to project it in this way. So the district wise analysis, maybe I want to visualize district wise analysis. So the last year and the current year, those two total sales value, we can try to compare together dynamically by using this parameter concept. So then what is the limitations? Is there any limitations that are available? Yes, few limitations are there as a part of, as a site, it is a preview feature. Some limitations are there, like this preview feature. If you want to utilize on the number part, we have to create on the explicit measures. Only on the explicit measures it will try to work. On this feature, if you want to analyze these kind of a statistics, maybe using some external tools, this feature will not work in the analyzing in the Excel part. Let me open that one also and we'll show you. So analyze future, I'm using it from the external tools. Maybe if you can observe, if you want to analyze the same statistics from by using this external, it will not work it out. We will get some error. Let me show you. Let me add the numbers. Category. So that field parameters, I'm just trying to use it here. See this? Not the category. Sorry for this. Let me remove it. This is the field, right? Field parameters. Let me add it. So whenever if you are trying to add the field parameter which you have created in the Power BI, if you do want to analyze in the Excel based, it is still not implemented. So as per the column wise only it is working, but we cannot able to allow to work on this model. So in the field parameters part and the Excel file, it is still limitation. Maybe in the coming future, it will be get added and also we can try to analyze it. But as of now, we cannot add the field parameters, the hierarchical order which we have created on the dynamically on the column base, it is still not implemented. The column for the field by category is not a part of composite key. So it is still not able to develop it. Maybe in the coming days, we can try to get it. This feature also added on to this Excel part. So this is one of the limitations which I have observed as per the calculation part, as per the analysis, which I got it a kind of a requirement from the businesses. So one more. So as I said, maybe if you want to observe what is the backend functionality for creating this field parameter, how it is going to take or else how we are going to analyze it. Maybe if you want to do that, I have already installed some external tools, DAX Studio. The backend function, I will just try to show you here. So I'm just, as I said, as a performance prospect as well. This is completely going to work on the model level in the Power BI itself. So it is not going to occupy more space or else some constraint as per the performance issues will not face it. Let me show you something. So as per the performance, what should be the backend function? I'll just try to show you here. Let me start it, refresh the visual. So I want to analyze for this. I have already selected the total sales and the total sales for the last year, but I want to represent or else I want to showcase what should be the backend function, how it is getting, the formula has been generated based on what. So I will just try to select the functionality. So see here, it is based on evaluated some parameter. This is a new one. Let's try to copy it, the backend formula, paste it here. So if you can observe the columns, right? I have chosen from the sales table total sales by last year, total sales. These are the measures which has been calculated. And the backend function, if you can observe, summarize column, it is trying to project it based on the stores table. I have taken some of the fields, right? I have taken the summarized column, the backend function. We can try to identify based on which functions the calculated, the columns which has been created, we can try to represent it. So along with that, there is sub measures and sub functions also there, sub queries. So see here, and along with that, there is a summarized table based on these categories. So these are all each and every individual fields, though in the front end level, it is working as a dynamic, and the back end, that it is trying to summarizing up these calculations. So back end, the function it is trying to use summarize. So summarize based on these are the fields I'm using. So category fields it is trying to refer. So we can try to identify it, which function and how it is working on based on these queries. And also we can try to execute the functionalities part. Okay, let me unselect it. Fine. So this is the way of process to implement the dynamic parameters in our report building as well. So either in the slicer wise, we can try to select it, the number of parameters, and we can try to visualize by using some chart, or else maybe you can try to project it, some kind of a visualization, matrix visualization wise, a hierarchical representation, we can try to project in a dynamic manner. So fine. If you have any questions, any concerns, please rise. Any queries?
All right. Just a minute, Rajendra.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for these amazing insights. Like you explained everything, like from start to end, and uh, from a basic categorized field parameter to numeric, and along with that, you last cover about some limitations about the analyze in Excel and the one which is the external tools. So
Yes.
that's amazing. Thanks for bring up all those points together in a single session. So it's a full-fledged thing you almost cover. So if anyone from this Teams chat or on YouTube Live who are listening us, if anyone has any question, feel free to drop your question in the comment section, or if you are in the Teams, you can directly unmute yourself and ask your questions to Rajendra.
So thank you, Rajendra. It is really awesome to learn field parameters. So I work with certain clients that uses SSAS cubes and Azure cubes. Will the field parameter work alongside with cubes since it is not a part of data model? Do you want to comment on that?
So as of now, I haven't get a chance on that, but the field parameters, it will work on that, but we have to be more in the modeling part also, we have to check it, whether we can try to have a proper relationship or not. But as of now, still it is a preview feature. Maybe I have to cross verify that one in the queues part.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. So still, as I said, it is still is a preview feature, but previously instead of projecting it as multiple number of bookmarking and trying to increase the page size, we can try to use this new feature where as per our end it is very simple, but the
Right.
business prospect as per to take some decisions, a rightful profitable decisions, it should be easy for them. So we are giving some kind of a multiple ways where they can try to dynamically try to check on the x-axis part, or else maybe on the y-axis part, whatever, wherever they are expecting, we can try to represent, and we can give it the columns in a dynamic manner instead of a static or else some kind of a button creations.
Mhm.
Right, right.
Sounds good. All right. I'm checking chat window as well. So yeah, someone just asked that is this session available after review? Yeah, it's already there on the YouTube. So even with the YouTube link, you can watch it later as well. So yeah, it is there. Thanks. All right. Anything? Yes,
So
Uday
I
has
hope
some
this session
question.
will be useful to you. So I'm happy to help if you have any queries. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I think Uday has some question. He just raised his hand. Just please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, Uday. Yes, Uday.
I think we are not able to hear him.
Any questions? Yes, Uday. I'm not able to hear.
Maybe you can, if your mic is not good, maybe you can just type
You
your
can chart
query in
it.
the
You
chat.
can chart.
Yeah.
Uh, Gajanan Tiwari here. So I have a question for you. Like I wanted to use a dynamic, you can say dynamic column. So can we consider this or not by using field parameter?
Gajan, sorry. You want to consider column wise?
Okay, I have a requirement. Okay,
Okay. Yes.
where customer said that 20 columns they have,
Hmm.
and as per their selection, they
Hmm.
can display the report in the matrix or we can say a doc report. User can check maybe 10 columns, 2 columns, whatever user they need, and
Okay.
they can bookmark it. So is this possible to use field parameter and will field parameter help us or not in this situation?
In this situation, if you want to project in a hierarchical order, they will not, maybe they're expecting that 20 columns means it's very high. 20 columns, I mean, in order to focus or else in order to see the drill down information. But as per the selection criteria, by using some matrix visualization with the plus or minus options icon wise, we can try to project it. That's what my observation. Any comments?
Okay. Yes, yes. So you mean to say that 20 column is too tough to build the
Very high.
report, correct?
Yeah, very high, and more multiple drill downs are there, right? We have to go multiple ways, the drop downs. So to analyze it also, it is very tough for them.
Okay, so another question for you, like suppose in matrix report, you just said after drill down, they wanted to see the month here, and it should be displayed as a row columns, you can say that.
Correct.
Row column. So is this possible or not?
Row columns.
Yeah, after drill down.
I'm not getting the question. Sorry.
Okay.
Dhruvin,
You know that
Actually, honestly, like this type of real business requirement, obviously, I also need to do some proof of concept. Like I don't have the instant answer for your question right now, but I got you what you are exactly trying to say. Like when you have basically the requirement is simplest, like based on the selected column, you just want to show and hide column on your tables and metrics along with the drill down capability. So honestly, I haven't tried this requirement yet, but I'll make sure that I'll do some proof of concept behind the scene to check like if it's working or not. But yeah, I don't have an instant answer at this moment.
perfect, Divyansh. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for answering my questions.
Yeah, Gajanan. And just to add, this is still a preview feature, so you can expect more enhancements and more update to this feature once it is live. So, yep.
Perfect,
Yeah, but a good question because this is most of the time like people's requirement specifically for tables and metrics. Thanks for bringing that up. I have a look, and if it's possible, definitely it's a new video for my YouTube channel. So definitely, if possible, I'll definitely share it with all of you.
Perfect. Thanks.
All right, let me check chat window if we have anything else over here. Uday's query is here. My query is regarding the parameter which we are created.
Sorry, one thing, Rajendra, one thing. I've created a ticket for this scenario in Microsoft Portal. So I will share this link on YouTube video. Please try to vote maximum person.
Sure, definitely.
Okay, sure. My query is regarding the parameter which we are going to place on y-axis, right, all the times. So Rajendra, I think if you are able to see the chat
It is
window,
not
there is
an,
one.
yeah. It is not only y-axis. We can try to, I mean, both on any side, both, because it's a y-axis. Why I have chosen in the sense dynamically. I want to showcase the categorical data. It is not only on the y-axis. We can try to project the x-axis as well. Okay.
Okay, Rajendra.
Yeah. Now I'm able to hear.
Thanks.
Okay, sorry, there is some mic issue. Let's see.
No problem.
Yeah,
No worries.
it's a good session, Rajendra. It's very useful to us, and thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Mainly,
Thanks.
Dhruvin, for you. Thank you so
Thanks a
much.
lot. Thanks a lot for attending. Yeah, I think we are all good. And let me just share the analytics with today's event. Like today, we have seen very good audience in the early morning, Saturday morning, and from YouTube Live as well. Overall 100 plus views I already received, and it's still going on after this session. And definitely, thank you so much for all the attendees, as well as I would like to thank Rajendra for having this amazing session with us today. And we will come up with our next event in the August next month. So stay tuned with us, follow us on all of our social media handle, and we will post about next event soon on our LinkedIn and Twitter accounts. Thank you so much once again. Wishing you all a very happy weekend and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Rajendra.
everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rajendra.
Thank you.